All right, so in this video we are going to talk about how to start our print. You will hear me call it print or rubbing, and we're going to just assume that this is the very beginning for all of you. And for those of you that are saying, I already know this, it's going to be a little bit of a review. That's okay. So the very first thing you are going to do is draw something that symbolizes popular, ladies, popular things. Now, this could be popular to you. This could be popular to people your age. This could also be popular to society in general. And so let's talk briefly about that. You know, the very first one, when I first started this project, I did a strawberry. And the only reason I did a strawberry is because I was thinking, okay, I'm going to categorize this food-wise. What could I do? And I thought, well, strawberries have a lot of details. So when we do the end product, I thought, well, that's going to work great for the details. Then I thought, you know what? Not everybody is crazy about strawberries. Strawberries are not necessarily popular for everybody. So the second thing I did were hot dogs, because yes, hot dogs are pretty popular with our society. So this is a second example I did. And then I thought, okay, getting away from food, what is another category? Well, I thought popular issues right now. And yep, 2020, 2021, probably one of the most popular items or symbols, whether we like it or not, are masks, okay? So then I did masks as my third example. I have had a couple people say, well, toilet paper would be another example. And I'm like, you bet. It definitely would. For me, I thought masks would definitely be easier to do, but I think you could definitely do toilet paper if you decided to do something that is popular now. All right? Now, some other things and ideas you could think of entertainment-wise. What is something popular right now? Like TV shows, we could do Mandalorian. Okay? Hang on with the questions, or the ideas, though. You could do things that are popular to you, like if you are in band and you want to, or let's just say orchestra and you want to do violin. If you are really into gaming, you could do some sort of a gaming, whether it be the controller or a symbol from a popular game. If you are very active on social media, you could do something maybe like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, any of those things. Now listen up, please. But you're going to come up with a symbol that represents something popular for you, okay? Sporting events you could do, like if you're in basketball, you could do a basketball. But let's talk about that. If you were to do a basketball, we would have to make sure that we can show plenty of details. And what I mean by that is I'm looking for a roll of tape here. This is not quite big enough. Because, guys, what I want you to do is really try to come up with an image that touches, if not two opposite sides, maybe all four sides, like my Mandalorian, or the helmet. All right? So this actually could be a little bigger. I don't have anything right handy, though. And if you're doing something like a circle, use everything possible to make sure that you get the best circle you can get. And that's by tracing. Okay? So again, I'm still looking around going, do I have anything bigger? So if I'm going to do a basketball, there we go. All right. I'm going to trace it because that's going to help me get a really nice circle. And that's a pretty good size. It's hard to see on the screen. Let me see if I can darken it up. All right. So does that look like a basketball? No, it doesn't. There are not enough details inside of it. So we have to say, okay, what would we see for the inside of the basketball? Well, you'd probably see a straight line going down. So again, I'm going to find those things that will help me make straight lines. Okay, and then I believe that there are curved lines like this for a basketball. So is that looking better like a basketball? Okay, it does. We can now tell that this is a basketball versus a baseball. Kinda, but this isn't going to work, okay? When we do, gentlemen, when we do this particular project, we are going to layer things with tag board. And so I can't cut out a single line. So what I'm going to do instead is make this as a double line. So that center line right there, that detail is going to be as a double line. See how it's thicker now? Okay. This curved line, well, I can't use anything to trace, but I can take my time and say, okay, now I can make this detail a double line right here and right here. And I would really encourage you to come up with any object that you do as many details as possible. So if I were going to do this, is there a way that I could maybe add some more details, like flames coming? I believe there is a team that's got, like, is it Lakers or? Yeah, that they have the flames coming out. Not that you have to, but it would definitely make it more interesting. So just keep in mind that when you're doing this, you cannot have just single lines. Has to be double. All right, so let's get back to my Mandalorian here, or my helmet here. All right, so this is what I'm going to use for my fourth example, and I've got everything drawn on. So the next step is that I need to transfer it to tag board, okay? And a couple things when it comes to the tag board. You can use either side, but I will tell you it probably works better on the dull side of this tag board. And for day one, our goal is to get our image drawn on the paper, to get it transferred to the tag board, and hopefully you can get it cut out as well. I'm not going to have this cut out in this video, but you could also move on to that next step. So I've got my drawing, I've got my tag board. I'm also going to grab a piece of tape and I'm going to tape it at the top. Now, even though I have that tape that holds these two together, I'm still going to need to hold it down right here so that it doesn't move around. The third item I'm going to need for today is fourth actually, is a pen. And I'm going to use this pen to trace my image. Any ideas why we'd use a pen? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, she said it's harder and it can push on the paper. That is exactly it. Because if I use a pencil, I'm probably going to break my lead pushing down. And guys, you don't have to push incredibly hard, but you need to put a little pressure down. And so I'm going to go around all of my drawing lines. I say around because I'm going around the outer edge here. And I'm just going to trace everything with a decent amount of pressure. Now, the other thing that's nice using a pen is if something happens, like I sneeze or I turn my head or something, I should be able to see where I left off because I have a pen line. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'm going to go all the way around, and let's just pretend that I get all the way around here. Okay, and you can take your image now and lift it up. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to get this example right here. Can you guys see that? Whew. A couple of you up close can see a little bit, but can you see the whole details and everything?
No.
Nope, you sure can't. It's there, but you cannot see it. And no matter how, actually we can kind of see it a little bit once we get focused in here. Okay, comments please. Let's not do that right now. I'm going to try to focus this little guy in here. There we go. Okay, so you can kind of see it, but I'm going to give you a little tip on how to make sure you can definitely see it. When you get to this point where you have it all traced, take your pencil and go over the image. Do you see how the lines are really showing up now? All right, so that's going to help you out because the next step after you get this drawn on the tag board is we are going to cut out just the outline. So all these details in here don't really matter right now other than they're going to help me on tomorrow's part. But what I definitely need to know is where am I going to cut as I go around this edge right here. So for day one, okay, day one here, and that's where we're at right now. I know even some of you are going to say, well, we kind of already started. That's okay. We're going to assume this is day one. You're going to get your drawing on paper, plenty of details. You are then going to grab tape, a pen, and tag board. You're going to trace it onto the tag board. You are going to take your pencil, if needed, which I would say most of you are going to need to do this, and you are going to go over your lines so that you can see the outline. And then once you get that done, you can cut it out. Now, if you don't get it cut out today, I'm not going to be too upset with you. Absolutely not. But at least get it to the point where you're ready to cut tomorrow. All right? And that being said,